Hello and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I've got kit number 85 from Tonic Studios. So this is the box. I'm going to open it up and we'll have a look inside. I'm going to show you everything that you're going to get in this kit, and then we'll have a little look at what we can make with it. Don't forget, while I'm opening this up, that I have a playlist with other kits on there, and I've got lots of playlists with all sorts of things. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that doesn't cost you anything. Hit the notification bell and you'll see loads of new stuff all the time. I'm always a very busy bee. There we are. My affiliate links to this kit as well will be down below in the description of the video. If you want to buy it, that supports my channel if you use those links, because I get a little commission from that, but that doesn't cost you anything extra either. Now, let's have a look at what all is here. So we've got a little folder here and the dies and stamps. Ooh, and a little embossing folder. I haven't opened this, so I don't even know what's in it either. I opened this little bag and took the outer packaging off a couple of little things just so that it didn't glare in the video. But it's the pretty plant pot, and it's called a pretty petal pot here, so I'm not too sure. Pretty plant pot is what we'll go with. And there's a sticker, and I'm just going to pop it on there. When I put that into my little binder, I'll know exactly what it is. I've actually got another couple of little stickers here too, so that's quite nice to have this month as well. So let's have a look at this one. Subscriber benefits, visit us, all of that. But here's a list to tell you what's in it. So you've got an exclusive die set, stamp set, and a 3D embossing folder. So that's quite a dinky little embossing folder there. 2 different areas on it. I'm going to open that up and have a little look. That's actually really, really nice. It's very, very cute. I've never had one that size before. So obviously you could put a piece of card in there and a piece of card in there. Or, you know, if you wanted it 2 different colours, or just one strip of card, and emboss those and ink them and whatever. Cut them up into the 2 sections. You could even put 4 of those on a card and make that. Okay, I've got excited already. Let's just hold on here. Hold on. Let's have a look at all the rest of this. Right, here we are. Here are the dies. So this is kind of like a smaller version of the blooming bouquet set, and it would actually look lovely if you made a set of these, if you happen to have that other one. But if you don't, this is really, really beautiful. This is the top area, but of course you've got a little hexagon here that you can use for something. You've got lots of little flowers, little sepals that you can roll up with a little, let me see what the name of it is. It's, you know, one of those tools. I've forgotten it already. It was beside me here. This one, a quilling tool. I knew as soon as I got my hands on it that would be the name would come to me. So then this little flower pot, another little hexagon, so you could obviously have layering hexagons. Beautiful little border for around here. There's the leaves, and this one says, "You're blooming lovely." That would just be lovely to put in any little floral card that you've got. And then this is the little hinge for opening that. That's the bow, and then these are the decorative panels for here. And this then is the one that you would cut out several times, 6 times, and bring up here, and that makes the domed lid for that. That is going to be so lovely when that's made up. I can't wait. But we've also got a little stamp set, so obviously then you've got wood grain here. Do you know, that would just be really beautiful on some new stuff that's coming from Tonic Studios that's I may have on my site before this comes out. I'm not too sure, so I'll say nothing, but you may see that appear just as a little background stamp. Anyhow, may your day bloom with joy. You're a blooming delight. You're a ray of sunshine. You're my #1 bud, and sending love. And then 2 tiny dinky little borders. They're really cute. And then this floral stamp, which would obviously fit inside here. As well as the 3D thing. Now, I don't know just how far I'll get with this or how much I'll make with it, but you could actually die cut just this panel and put flowers in the top and have a flat, like a 2D card, as well as the 3D little plant pot that we're going to make with this as well. So we've got some lovely card in here, and I can see the names on it. Oh yes, very colourful. I always hold on to these and keep all the card that I'm using in there and all the little scraps in there in the meantime while I'm working away at it. I'm going to show you this as we go through it. So this is the classic card, and we've got brick red, buttermilk yellow, Arctic blue, and bright white. Oh, I'm going to move that other one out of the road just for the minute. But those are really, really beautiful. Now we've also got, this one is called Opera Red. There we are, and that was me. Hello. I always have to get those ones out of the road very, very quickly because they just shine so much. They're absolutely beautiful when you use them on cards, but they're very, very hard to photograph or have on a video. So next we've got, this is Satin Mirror card, and that is Soft Amethyst. It's really gorgeous, and it's beautiful with that Gleaming Lilac Pearlescent card and that Fresh Mint Pearlescent card, but we've also got Vintage White Vellum as well. So plenty of scope for making very colourful creations with that one. Now, little look in here, see what's all in this little bag. And I have noticed on my little note here that you will get a glitter marker. I have got the Iced Ivy, but you may get Honey Gold, so there is an either or there. Don't forget, when I'll just open it up and let you see. Whenever you open this, it will be sort of white at the tip, and you need to pump it up and down just a few times to activate it, and then the colour will come through. There you are, that's that. And then we've also got a large ball embossing tool. So you've got double ends in this, and that will be fabulous. I'll show you how to use that whenever we're shaping lots of the petals to make the flowers for this. Then we have some Ivory Willow shimmer powder. So you'll just tap that, don't squeeze it or squirt it, just tap the edge of that gently when the lid's off. Some powder will drop out onto your card, and then you'll lightly mist that with water. That activates it, and you have a beautiful background in no time. And these have got to be, well, one of my favourite crystal drops. This is Morning Dew, and it dries clear, and it looks so beautiful on flowers because it just looks like a little dewdrop. Okay, I am going to get die cutting, and I'll be right back. First of all, I'm going to make the little pot, but I've taken some 240 GSM espresso brown card, and that's not actually in the kit, but I thought it would make a really sturdy little pot. So I have taken this die to make the sides. I've cut 6 of those out in the brown card, and then I've taken this die and this one together. Now you could cut a plain panel or a pattern of a panel of patterned paper with that one, and that would be lovely, and you could put that on there as well. Or you could even emboss with a lovely embossing folder. There's a beautiful wood grain one that came out in one of the Christmas collections. That would be lovely, cut like this and then put on here as well. But I have got that and that together in the brick red card. That has given me this lovely shape here, and I'm going to put that on here. So I've got 6 of those ready, except this one. I've just got to add this on top, and then I'm going to glue those around 2 little bases that I've cut. I'll glue it onto one and then add the other one on for stability and to cover the glue tabs. So you can watch me do that. Here's the last little panel going on, and I've already burnished all of these glue tabs back, so I'll just pop that in there, and you sort of centralize that in between the edges so that there's an even border the whole way around, and then you'll get the best look off that. There's my other 5, and then my 2 little pieces that I cut with this die. So now all I need to do is put glue on this little tab here on each of them. This is really, really easy. You just put that in there and then offer that up, and then just make sure that it does fold back here, because that way you'll know that it's right into the edge, and just make sure of as well at the same time that you have it centered right along there. And then we'll do these pieces after that. So first of all, we want to get the 6 of these added around the base of that first. Now I'm going to glue this right over the top of that and cover all those glue tabs up. And the last stage of making this part is just to put glue on all of these tabs here and glue each side to the neighbouring one. And then you've more or less got your little plant pot. Actually, you know, you could do whatever you like with it once you get it to this shape. This is just the base for this little plant pot with the flowers on the top. But when you get it to this stage of the 6 sides all glued together, you'll be able to do lots of different things. You could make it into a little basket with a handle or all sorts of things. Now we've got that, I can set it aside, and I've cut 2 of these, and again I've cut them out in the espresso brown card, and then I've taken this and I've cut this little die out 6 times from the brick red card, and you can see these ones are already curled, but I've just shaped these slightly just to give them a little bend, because these are going to create a little dome, and then fold over the glue tabs like that, burnish them really well, and fold over these side glue tabs. Now again we're going to add this onto the panel just the way I did for the sides of that little plant pot. That part there will get glued directly on there, just like that. You can see it lines up perfectly well there. Then I'll take the next one and do the same. Right beside that, just there. These little parts are curved because they're going to create a little dome, so they're quite short, so it doesn't take too long. It's quite an easy process, but you just put glue along there, and then I usually just hold the bottom one together in place like that, keep my thumb and my finger, thumb in behind it and finger on the top until that glue grabs, and then work your way along. But you just want to create a little dome shape. And then you work your way around adding all the other pieces on in just exactly the same way as that. If you find that a wee bit fiddly just to get the last piece done, I always just go in with tweezers and hold it, because I haven't got the biggest fingers, but definitely they just don't fit inside there. So just like that, and push that up and hold it and work your way around. This piece here makes a little hinge, so I've got it here and I've burnished it really well. And you can see here I'm already adding glue all around the outside before I add the other die cut on to cover that. I've got one cut here and it's going to cover all those glue tabs, but I want to add that hinge on there first, so I'm just going to pop it right on there and then put glue right over the top of it, and go ahead and pop this second die cut right over the top there. Now you need to make 2 of these shapes, so if you cut this shape out here, it will give you a solid area, and then you will take this die, you see the one with the little cutting edge on the inside of it, place that inside your die cut like that, and then that will remove the center, and that will then give you this shape here. So you'll make 2 of those, and then on one of them you can see I've cut all those little glue tabs off. So now you go back to the little hinge part here and put glue on this part of it, so it's not the underneath, it's actually this part, and then glue that right in below this part here. So you can see already now how that's going to come up and down with the little hinge attached. Good idea to wait till the glue's grabbed though. So there we are. I'll just burnish that down a little bit. Now you can take this piece and glue that directly on top of this one, and then that means your little hinge part is hidden in between that, and it strengthens this part as well. Whenever you've got those two together, I'll come back and show you how to attach it on here, but it's really, really easy. Now you can go ahead with these tabs that are all facing downwards, add glue onto those, and then just set this down in there and hold the sides together, and that way that'll attach everything together, and all's left to do after that is to decorate it with flowers. I've die cut lots and lots of flowers and the little center parts, and then I used these two dies together in the mirror card, because the mirror card, or the pearlescent card as well, shows off the sentiment really lovely whenever it's debossed like that. So I'm going to hold on to that, and then I've got my little foam pad here and my little ball tool that came in the kit. I'm going to make some of these flowers up. I'm just going to show you how to make these little centers here. So if you take the smaller end of a quilling tool and just put that in there and roll it round and keep the bottom even the whole way right along to the end. Just before you get to the end, then add a little drop of glue just along that line and fold it in there. Hold it for a second or two and pull it off, and then you can just push those out with your finger if you like, or you can keep them rolled in just the way they are. But that's how you do that. You could, if you wanted to, put a little bit of glue on that and dip it into glitter or anything like that. It just adds an extra little bit of shimmer. But there's two different patterns in that. This one's a little circle at the end, and that one's just straight. And I'm going to go ahead now with these. What I normally do is go in from the back of the petal first of all. So I pop them down on the mat face down, and then bring these petals into the center with the ball tool, like so. Now you can go as hard as you like on that. You can bring them in more if you like. Then I turn it over and press down in the center, and you'll see the way that just makes those petals pop up like that. So I'll be doing that with a few different ones of them here, maybe layering them up and adding different ones into the center. I've got white here. I'll just do the same thing. If you want them to sort of be not just as pronounced in the center, you can do that. Put that in there. But if it's a bigger petal, you would definitely get a better shaping of it by doing this. Anyway, you can do it whatever way you like. That's how I do it, and it's how I quite like it. So I'm going to layer some of these up, and then you'll see that I start to glue them into the center of my little flower pot. And I've got some leaves and everything cut. Some of these which I'm going to shape. I'll show you this one just before I do just carry on to glue them all together. I thought that looked a bit like a little buttercup, so I have it like that, and I'll glue this little center in just like that. Now it's all self-colored, but that's the kind of look I like for that one. I've got lots and lots of flowers on there, and you've got to remember that this has to open up, so you don't want too many flowers down near the back there. I've folded this slightly further up than where the little mark on it is, and I'm just going to pop it in there and glue that down, so I can hold that part down with tweezers or something like that, and then you can see that that'll stand up there. Now I want to finish that off by putting a little bow in the center, so I've cut out the little bow die. That's this one here, and I've just curled these round a little bit at both sides, and I'm going to put some glue in the center just there, fold that in, some glue on top of that, and fold that one in. And I'm going to hold that just for a second or two, and then I'm going to glue it right onto the front of the card there. And I've got a tiny little flower here that I'm going to just add in the center of it there, And then I'm going to come in with my dewdrops. I'm going to add some dewdrops on top of some of those petals, and that's it, all finished. So just like that. And this. That does need a little centre in there, I think, so I'm going to just take this last one of these that I have. It's actually still in the die here, so I'll take it out and roll that up and put it in the centre. I thought I'd make a card now just to show you how to use some of those dies to use a card as well as the actual little plant pot. So I'm going to make myself a little background, and I've got the Craft Perfect Classic card here in the bright white that was from the kit, and I'm just going to tap some of this shimmer powder on here and then lightly mist it with some water and create a little background. So you can see here I'm not putting too much on, but we'll see. I might add more in a moment or two. This one is actually quite a pale colour, so I'm just there we are. I want to cover all of that because I'm going to cut it up a bit. I think I might like some more colour in that, so I'm going to pop some more on. I've tapped some more on and I've spread some water, and I'm actually just going to remove some of the excess water with a tissue. This is actually some kitchen paper, and then I'm going to dry that off. And that's a lovely delicate pattern background, and I've got some colour going on in it. That's the let's see, ivory willow, so there's little bits and pieces of other colour. Look at the tissue, isn't that even lovely? And then we're going to dry it off. I usually give this a light misting of hairspray. I keep a cheap hairspray beside me there, and give it a light misting so that there's no residue comes off in your hands whenever you've finished working with it as well. I've taken an A2 card here and I folded it back. So I've folded it back just almost 5 centimeters, so not the full way there. And then I've taken a piece of that lovely mirror card and the same length, and I'm just going to pop that in behind there, and I want a little border of that showing. So that's going to go there, just like that. And then I've mounted the beautiful background that I made with the shimmer paper. So that is 6 centimeters wide by 11, I think it is. Yes, 11. And then the mirror card is 6.5 by 11.5, and the white card then is 7 by 12. And I'm going to put that on there. I don't actually want any other colour in that, so I'll add that onto the card first, and then I'm going to add a little flower pot, and oh, I think it's going to be nice. I used the little embossing folder and I really, really love it. I used it on one of the little flower pots. So let's just pop that into the centre. And there it is. So I cut out the flower pot shape and then embossed it in that little embossing folder that had the beautiful little flowers and the little butterfly. I've actually done it in the other one as well, so you can see what it looks like on both of them. But this is the one then that I'm going to add on here. I've got this little sign this time from the green card from the pack, and you saw there how I just put the glue and left it sort of down a little bit from the top, so the glue is actually only coming to about here. And now I'm going to pop that down inside, and then I'll add some flowers on. I'm just going to leave that so that it overhangs there as well. So now I can build up a little sort of background of flowers on here. There's a lovely little border, a little topper border or whatever that could go along here, but I didn't want to put that on because I didn't want to cover up that butterfly and all those bits and pieces, but it is there if you want to use it for something as well. I've added the flowers and the foliage on there, and That's the little card almost finished. So this time in the centres I'm just going to add some dots with my glitter pen. I added one final little stripe down here, just a little bit in from the edge, just to sort of balance it up at the other side there, and a couple of little morning dew crystal drops, and those ones haven't actually dried yet, so they're quite milky, but you can have a look on here. And these ones, let's see, they're actually quite hard to spot whenever they're dry, but there you are. Can you see that up close? And there's several of them through there. That's how they should look, so that's a good look. That's me finished for this kit then. I've got my little bouquet, a little box, gift box, and a little card made. And I know this is going to be really, really popular, so you'll be very glad if you do subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget, that's to the kit of course, don't forget that you'll need to buy this very, very quickly, because I honestly don't think that's going to last. I know the Blooming Bouquet gift box was a sellout a couple of times, and this is quite similar in ways, and it just looks to me like it's going to be really, really popular. So grab one quickly if you'd like it, and you think you're going to use it. Just don't dither. That's my advice anyhow. So I hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget, my affiliate links will be down below. If you haven't subscribed, actually I should say this, YouTube have actually removed some people's subscriptions. I've seen that on other channels as well, and my own subscription to other channels has been removed for some odd reason, maybe because I wasn't watching enough or interacting enough. But if you think you've subscribed and you haven't to my channel, just hit that subscribe button again and hit the notification bell, and that would help you and help me as well. It doesn't cost anything, so hopefully that suits you. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and leave me a little comment, and that will help my channel too. And I hope to see you again very, very soon. But in the meantime, happy crafting. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.